Good afternoon, all of you. This is the kind of presentation you hate to do. The writing here is in the sand. This is in Canada. This is drawn in the sand by John Hudson, the designer of the Brill typeface. But the man behind it is what this is about. He was a scholar. If you saw his apartment, one wall was lightly green tinted because of all the volumes of the Greek and Latin parallel editions of the complete legacy of the Greek antiquity. The other wall was reddish tinted of all the Latin parallel texts, like the Loeb editions. But he was the brain behind, in Brill Publishing House, the brain behind the bridging between one of the oldest traditions of printing academic texts in the classical languages, including Arabic and Hebrew, and the emerging new technology. So here he is together with John Hudson on Gabriola Island in Canada. That's exactly a year ago. And here is a small note from a picture in a Brill publication I picked up. He was the Unicode and scripts expert. And he moved beyond the classical languages. Here is a note where he is describing the structure of Chinese. But when you, something that nobody would notice, but I noticed, there is a pocket knife here on his desk, marked with KL, which is the Dutch abbreviation for Royal Army. He was trained as a signals officer. So here we have a scholar of classical languages who got the essence. If you realize what Unicode is, it's actually an extension of military communications. And he was able to bridge, because of that kind of multiple dimensions to his education. Here, this is about 10, 12 years ago in California at the Unicode conference. On the right, you have John Hudson. In the middle, Pim Rietbroek, me as well. We were talking about the directions Brill typography is going in the future. This is taken recently, John and Pim, in the Leiden office with Pim's successor next to me, and one of the partners that we have in Dubai, Nihat Nadam. Here Pim is standing in front of one of his contributions, the multi-script dimension of the publishing house, in front of Brill headquarters in Leiden. And basically, no more Pim. There was a note that I came across. In the morning, he would start on a bike. He actually came always on a bike to us in Amsterdam. And in the last week that he died, he was still spotted on his bike with his survival kit on his back. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this. I also had the pleasure. I was asked by Pim. I had the opportunity to collaborate with a 700-page Arabic and Latin multi-script, the design of a Brill book, and I set it with using Miriam and Thomas's amazing engineered deco-type NASC, and that's how I got to know Pim, and one of the sweetest and most amazing intellectual, someone that's the person who we lost. Thank you very much. So. Before we leave, I would like to thank our amazing team. So can I please have you guys come over here, please? The people who are behind this conference. This is I want to thank this wonderful team, because this is solely a volunteer-based conference. And that's how we can keep it basically the most affordable conference, accessible for students especially. And what Lisa said, I totally agree with her. Sharing is also very important. This is one way to share information. This is one way to exchange information. And not only you get inspired by the wonderful presentations, but also during those coffee breaks, that's when you get to meet and you learn from each other. I would love to extend my gratitude to Bartu, who made an amazing performance, not only as a speaker, but as a coordinator. We both had like enormously sleepless nights. And he was like, you know, I have to compensate his therapy sessions. I mean, I know that. And it's not a joke, by the way. He will be, as in his words, he said, I will be manufactured as by November. So basically that was his thing. So until November, he didn't exist, he said. That was the level of insanity. Because he's also a graduate student. He's writing his thesis, he's doing research. He's like, he shows his work to me, but at the same time, dealing with the conference organization, and on top of it, preparing a talk. So I'm grateful. He also designed the book, so I'm grateful to you. Murat, he's been a great friend, but also my former student. 6-7 years ago, he's been never ending. His support is just, it's amazing that I don't know why he still keeps supporting. I'm going to ask him tonight. I never got to ask you that. And he was never my student, but he was my partner's student. It was like really interesting coincidence. And he's an amazing motion designer. He's been volunteering to design the motion graphics, which, again, as Lisa also mentioned, when it's moving, it does attract, it does grasp attention. So thank you so much for doing that as well. Buket, she's amazing because the stuff that she wrote and the way how she briefly summarized, it sounds easy, but it's actually an amazingly difficult job to be able to smoothly summarize it that way. And she's been also doing this since 2012. She's also an industrial designer working at my partner's studio. She's a jewelry designer. So she's, it's amazing that she can have multiple skills, all these people. And Deniz, she's an undergraduate student of mine, Batu as well, İpek and Rasim, all these, I'm working with them, and on Monday, they're supposed to show me their design work. So I don't know so tomorrow I might not be able to, I might let them go. You guys need to work, you know? So, am I forgetting anything? I would like to thank our technician, Burak, for doing a wonderful job today. And more importantly, thank you all the speakers and all the participants who came and stood all day here and made this a great event. So, thank you very much.
A small gift from the DecoType team and to Onur personally. This is the printout of a website. It's a website of the Quran that we made, and it's a huge book. It's the official printed Quran of the Sultanate of Oman. It has the designation, is dedicated to the wrong sultan. So 600 copies are now rotting away in the basements of the Ministry of Religious Affairs, and this is therefore a rare opportunity to have it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And this book is it's incredibly rare, especially if you're interested in Arabic typography. Please come and check this out. We're going to open it in the foyer where we had the coffee. So have this opportunity. Thank you very much.